You know, my father started this off in a little house, 1,500 square foot house that was just an improvisation with a kitchen the size of it. Literally was a closet. There was enough room for 2 stoves and 2 cooks, and I was one of the cooks. And I started working in the restaurant, I think, about my senior year in high school, so 1983. So it's been about 27 years for me. So. And I worked about the first year and a half with my father. He just came down with cancer and he was recovering, and then he passed away in '84. So we're talking less than 3 years after the founding of the restaurant, right around 3 years. My mother really ran it for a fairly long period while I was a chef. By '85, I was the head chef and have been ever since. And my mother ran the business side of it in the dining room from about '85 to about 9. She retired officially in '93. And my brothers had worked there for the same period of time too. Andrea running the dining room, Marigo running the office in the back of the house. Actually, the original Mario's is where Kinko's is now. So in 1990, we had moved to Spruce in Chicago in the former Ryan's Wharf building, and that was really before but that was sort of kind of a transitory location. But it never really felt like home for us. It wasn't a great location. It was in an industrial park. The freeway access that it used to have ended up being closed off. And that was that was kind of school. The Ryan's Wharf location on Spruce was a kind of school for us to really kind of to learn the lessons. And I've talked to suppliers, and it seems that the consensus is people that were succeeding when the economy was good, if you continue to do the same thing, that they're not succeeding. The people who are dealing relatively well with the downturn in the economy are people who have adjusted and adapted to it and try to kind of move beyond what they typically did, what their typical business model is, or was, I should say. I think that we've done quite a few things. One of the most important things we did is we did a lounge out back on the back patio in a space that really would generate banquet business and overflow business. Well, in a recession, you don't really have too much overflow business, so quite often the patio out back sat vacant. So we thought we have an established kind of clientele, but we don't bring in a younger clientele. And so what we did, we call it V26, and it's a lounge that's open 3 nights a week, and we have DJs that do different themes of music on different nights, and we built a bar outside, and it brings in a very eclectic crowd. During the warmer months, it's open air, and it's just been a really, really big success. And whereas we certainly have felt an impact on our banquet business and in a lot of the kind of higher end dinners, we've sort of made it up by bringing in this younger crowd, which is sort of it's a new generation of people that would think, well, Mario's, that's where I would go with my parents. Now all of a sudden, these 20-somethings are coming in and going like, oh, this place is actually pretty cool. Well, I mean, and this is what's never changed about this business, and what can't change even in a market where you're trying to make yourself more accessible to people. The idea is that you can't go in there and cut quality. People want to be treated well. They like to be recognized. They like to be served well. They like to eat well. They like to, the idea isn't just all of a sudden, well, let's be cheap. Let's kind of cut quality and get people in here. It's people come in with an expectation of quality. But the idea is that, hey, if you can maintain the quality of service, maintain the quality of food, maintain the quality of the experience, and also in the margin kind of make things a little bit easier for people, that's a win-win situation. But you think that there's a continuous theme of soul and of really caring about what we do, and of craftsmanship, and of caring about the experience that people have when they come in here, and that you want them to leave and you want them to say, that was a really enjoyable experience. That reflects on us, it reflects on my family, it reflects on the kind of tradition that we're a part of.